Hey everybody, you got Mark coming to you tonight on the Garage Guy channel. It is March 10th, 2018. And yeah, you look at the box here, and from the title, you people know what I've already went and done. Once again, I went out and bought another Taurus PT111 G2. Alright. You know, I've pretty much had one for the last 3 years. Been very happy with them. The one I bought 3 years ago, I just got rid of it back late last year. Had well over 5,000 rounds to it with no problem. A friend of mine made me an offer. That video about that is included in the last video I made about the last G2 PT111 I bought. And I ended up letting it go in a trade to my buddy Joe here a few months back. And as usual, I got to missing it. Once you've had something for a few years, you get used to having it around. And the difference in this one and the ones I had before, this one has the matted stainless slide, and it's a really nice looking gun. I ordered this one from Bud's Gun Shop, and I must have got lucky on it because this thing had been running about $239, and I just happened to get up a little extra early one morning because I had to go into work early, and I had time to look online, and I checked out Bud's website, and this one was $209. And I hadn't seen one with a stainless slide for $209. Now we'll go ahead and open this up. I just got this back from my local FFL where they did the transfer. And still in the paper or the plastic. And I got to tell you something. This has to be, from first looks and impressions, probably the oiliest firearm I have ever seen. I mean, this thing is covered, as you can tell. But being made in Brazil, and these guns are shipped from Brazil on cargo containers, and they're covered with oil and a cosmoline shipping grease. That's so the moisture and the saltwater air won't get in and do any damage and cause any corrosion to the parts on it, especially the internal parts. But even though with all the oil and grease on it, this is still a nice looking firearm. What come with this one? Of course, you have the keys and tools for the lock, what Taurus calls a security system. Now, they have a new version of this out now called the, what is it, GC2 or G2C? I can't remember which one. It doesn't have all the numbers, and, well, it doesn't have that billboard as much here on this side. And you do not have the locking system. Also comes with, let's see, 2 12-round magazines, and yeah, that's not too bad as far as oil goes. These are pretty decent magazines. There's the first one. Here's the second one, right there. Let's get these on out of the way. Get this box over here somewhere. And as you can see, the magazine in the well there. Empty chamber indicator flag right there. Come on out there. And there we go. Let's go ahead and take this apart. Alright, they even still got the old tagger on it. This comes apart pretty much like a Glock. Just pull back on that. Them 2 tabs right there, down, pull the trigger, and right off she goes. You got a dual spring guide rod right here. That thing is a little saturated. You got the, I believe it's a 3.2 inch barrel. Pretty well oiled up. Yeah, this thing's pretty slimy. But, you know, I'm glad Taurus does this. You know, I left a comment on a video somebody made here a while back, and I said, in my opinion, the PT111 G2 is the best gun Taurus makes these days, and somebody replied to that comment saying, no, the PT92 and the, what is it, M85, the little 5-shot revolver Taurus makes. Buddy, I gotta disagree with you. I think this PT111 G2 right here is the best gun Taurus makes these days. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some hops on it, clean this grease and oil off, put some battle star on it, a little bit of rim oil, and we'll come right back and check this out. See how it turned out. I gotta tell you, this thing was just as oily on the inside as it was on the outside, but this ballast star right here seems to have taken care of it. Now I had to put more than usual on here than what I like to use, but you know what? It's all good. It's all good. This isn't going to be a firearm that just sits up on a shelf or in a safe or what have you. All my firearms pretty much have a purpose. Now let me show you a couple of things I did notice about this after I did take it apart. First of all, these feed ramp here. Oh, that is nice and shiny. Slick. Oh, almost silky slick. That is nice. I've never had any problems with the feed ramp in a Taurus PT111 G2 or the 709 Slims. Always done very well here. Also, here on the bottom, I don't know if you can make this out or not, but there are some letters right here, and I never noticed them on the other 111s I had. It says N, X, let's see, is that, no, N, A, 8, right there. And then right here on this part, there's a capital letter Y. I'd never noticed that before on here. Maybe that's just, you know, the part number of the barrel. G2 PT111 barrel part number. Maybe that's all it is. And here on the bottom side of the slide, under here, it's orange. Of course, with this camera, it makes orange things look pink, but I'd never seen that before. Maybe Taurus just thought they'd be a tad bit colorful. Maybe it only comes with the matted stainless slide. I don't know. But this is a good looking slide right here. Yep, like I said, this thing was very oily, and well, might have overdone it with the ballast stall, but you know what? That's alright. That's alright. What do you say we go ahead and put this back together right quick? Won't take but a second. Alright. Barrel back in. Okay. Guide rod spring. Get them back in there. There we go. Yeah, they were to the side some. Yeah. Right in there. No problem. Well, maybe it is a problem. Try this one more time. Alright, back in there. Okay, now let's get the rails lined up. And, well, okay. Guide rod isn't down far enough, obviously. I'm going to need to work with this a little bit. Brand new firearm, yeah, it's going to be stiff as a drum. Let me work with it a second. Be right back with you. Well, doesn't that figure? As soon as I turned the camera off the first time I tried, guide rod spring went right in. No problem. I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. Anyhow, let's take a closer look at this right here. Of course, you have your slide lock lever right here. I about called it a slide release lever, but myself, I prefer to call it slide lock lever. This right here is safety. Up for safe. Down for ready to shoot. And this thing is not going to go on and off by itself. You got to give some good little effort into getting that to go on or off right here. Magazine release button right here. It's kind of on the small side, but it's no problem. Pretty good ejection. Kind of hold it level. Still comes out real nice. And of course on this side you do have the what I call the lock port right here, where you can lock a gun up. You just turn it till it clicks and it just locks the whole gun up. You can't rack a slide, you can't pull the trigger, it just becomes inoperable. You got some low profile 3-dot sights on here, which aren't so bad. And you do have a small rail on here for a laser or a light. And this right here, you know, every PT111 G2 I've ever had, you know, I've never had any problems with it. It's got a good balance, got a good point of aim, no problems whatsoever. The grip on here, stippling is a tad aggressive. Now Taurus's new line of full-size models, striker fired and hammer fired, that's coming out, I know one is called the TS line. I think that is the striker fired version, and the TH version is the hammer fired. If I'm wrong, somebody leave a comment, but be nice about it, okay? This right here, Model Taurus, has the best size to capacity ratio. I mean, this thing is just a shade bigger than the M&P Shield. And I have one right here. And as you can look at them, well, not really that much bigger. Of course, the Shield comes with a 7-round magazine and an 8-rounder. This one has a 7-round magazine. I'll try and hold them up here for a little bit of a comparison. Get this right here. Try and get the silhouette side right here. The sliding barrel on the Taurus is 3.2 inches, where the Shield is 3.1. Can't really tell a whole lot of difference, but of course the grip is just a little bit longer on the Taurus. Now, let's get the back view here. See if I can get that around here and get my fingers out of the way. The grip is a little thicker on the Taurus, but not that much, and as you can see, just a tad bit longer. The slides, you can see the difference right there. The Taurus is just a shade thicker. Not that much bigger, but you got 5 more round capacity right there. Is it a better gun than the Shield? No. The Shield's just a higher quality gun. The Taurus by far is a budget gun, but like I said, in my opinion, this right here is the best gun Taurus has on the market today. Alright, some people may argue and say, no, it's a PT92. I disagree with that. And as I told people before about my other G2 111s, it does have double strike capability in case you pull the trigger the first time. Of course, the gun's safe direction. And let's see. Better rack the slide. There we go. Point name. Alright. It's a dud round, doesn't go off. Instead of having to rack and tap it back, just let off, pull the trigger again. Double strike capability. Taurus has done the research, and they come out with like 92% of the time the round will go off on the second time. Something nice to have, especially in a high stressful self-defense situation. Now, what kind of holster do I use for this? Well, for those of you that's seen my videos before and are subscribed to my channel, Ceviche Arms, leather inside the waistband holster. Y'all seen this on here before. This is the one I had for my previous G2 111. Just goes in like that. Very good snug fit like that. That is nice. It feels good. It carries very well. and after a while you forget you even have it on. Alright, now what do you say we head down my little shooting area and put the first rounds through this nice little pistol. Alright my friends, first shots, Taurus PT111 G2. Man, that's a good looking firearm. I hope she shoots as sweet as she looks. Huh. Well, the wind quit blowing. A little bit of a problem with the trigger safety. It's a little stiff. Have to wiggle it around like that with my finger. Much better. Did y'all notice when I put the magazine in, the slide went forward by itself there on its second magazine? Something we'll have to talk about here a little bit. Let's go over here and check out the target. That target on the left, I just got done putting first shots through my M&P 9 Compact 2.0. And right here's the results of this. Much better grouping with the second magazine. Not bad at all. I can live with that. Well, let's head back up to the house, my friends. Well, I'm back up here at the house, my friends, and after I got those first couple of shots through there, or better yet, the first magazine, didn't really have any trouble. Of course, this trigger right here, it's got the Glock style safety trigger. Don't know if you can make that out here or not, right there, but when I tried to pull the trigger the first time, it was just stiff as a board. It didn't want to go. It was almost like a safety was on. But I took my finger and kind of went like that a little bit, and it fired. And then after I did the shooting, I remembered I had a PT709 Slim that did the same thing, but after I got a few rounds through it, it quit doing that. This gun was fairly accurate. It shot well. Spent shell casing ejection was pretty good. And, you know, I have no reason to believe that this is going to be a bad firearm. Now, as far as the trigger goes, a lot of people don't like this trigger. As I said in an earlier video, Coda Boy 32 did a video about the triggers on these PT111 G2s, and he gave a good explanation for the reason they are the way they are. And you know, you got the double strike capability. Yeah, the trigger's going to be a little bit different on a firearm like that. They're made to rock. It's not made to be a precision shooter. It's not made to be the sweetest trigger you ever pulled. It's made to be a self-defense weapon. And if you ever have a misfire or something, or a dud round, and you're in a self-defense situation, you may not have time to rack a slide back, eject that bad round, and get another one up in the pipe. As simple as that right there. That's the kind of thing you want in a self-defense situation. Okay? Now, as far as the holster, Ceviche Arms right here, my friends. Ordered this off eBay. It was like $33 and some change, free shipping. And I use these for all my carry guns. Matter of fact, right here's the one from an M&P Shield right there. Both holsters have been excellent, okay? And it fits this really well. After a while, you don't even know you have it on you. Alright? Well, listen, I babbled on long enough. I'm going to get on off here and do something constructive. Like, I don't know, maybe make a butterscotch pie or something. I've been wanting one of those all day. Alright, everybody, this is Mark on the Garage Guy channel. Y'all have a good night.